So I know we already did our Christmas gift guide,
That's right.
but we have a special guest today. We're showing off a really cool product today. And, I might just add it to my Christmas list.
Well, maybe somebody that you know that likes to camp doesn't know to add it to their Christmas list. I mean, maybe some cool stuff. We're going to be talking about Redi packs. Did I say it right?
Readiness.
Packs?
Readiness.
Readiness.
Getting ready.
We're talking about
ready.
camping
ready,
and being
living
ready for
Anything.
anything.
Yeah.
Like, does this help you be ready for a tornado?
I mean, I bet I could find something in here that would come in handy during a tornado.
And the
Okay.
mindset. I mean,
There you go. Yeah. Listen up, preppers, or especially non-preppers. That's
Yeah.
who needs this, right? We have Olivia here from Redi.
hello.
Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
and
you
we're
for
gonna
having
be
me.
talking about the Redi kit. It's really cool. I know we're not explaining it very well, but let's do our intro and then maybe
Let's jump in. You got to hang in there just to figure out what we're talking about. So we are welcome to our. I don't even know how to do an intro anymore.
Welcome to the RV Small Talk podcast, where we talk about trailers, truck campers, and the people, places, and adventures that go along with them. We're your hosts from Princess Craft RV. I'm Lindsay,
I'm PJ.
and today we're joined by Olivia.
Hello.
But I don't know. Is Olivia okay? I don't know
Yeah,
your last name.
Olivia.
Olivia from Redi.
Perfect.
So Olivia, let's just jump in there. What is your title when it comes to this Redi product, which is spelled Redi?
So I'm one of the co-founders, and you could also call me the product developer, the web designer. I'm with the community, hands-on, selling these kits, teaching people about how to use them, how to mount them in their vehicles, RVs, you name it. But that's the really cool thing about what I get to do every day, is because I started Redi because of my own personal experiences growing up, and then now I get to kind of help out within the community and share that expertise that we've learned through the kit. So it's been awesome.
Okay.
I know. I feel like there's a sad story coming.
Oh, there
Well-
probably is some drama coming, but if you're not watching on video, and I hope you are, because, yeah, it's fun. But, okay, now I really hope you're not watching on video. But I will have to say, when I first met you, Olivia, you were talking about these kits, trying to see if we wanted to sell them in our dealership. And I was like, oh, she's like a sales rep, somebody's friend or somebody they hire to just walk around and talk to dealerships. Do you get that a lot?
Every day. But I knew that also, what 25-year-old girl is going around selling a readiness kit? I'm not going to call it a first aid kit because it's not that. But yes, how I look and come across does not always represent all the stories in the life I've lived. So that's kind of the fun thing about it, is I know that I'm underestimated, and it's fun. But
I had that.
It is fun to be
It is, yeah.
underestimated, isn't it?
yes,
It's true.
I've certainly had that experience too, being in sales my whole life. So I think women in general don't look as intimidating, but also when it comes to like serious hiking, serious camping, or serious injury, a small frame 25-year-old woman is not who they're thinking is going to teach them. So kudos to you, because
Thank you.
after talking to you for a while, I was really impressed.
thank you. If only I could have kind of like a little video, just a snapshot of all the moments in my life where I could say, please watch this first, and then we can talk.
Then take me seriously. So do you have one line or one thing that you can do to help them take you seriously right off the bat?
I think, when you're talking about selling a product, I'm coming in and I'm selling something that I created for a reason. So I'm not hired to do this. So I have a real passion for not only the product, but also sharing it with communities I love and I grew up around. We grew up having Airstreams. We were constantly in our camper. All of our trips were on the road in an RV. So for me, it kind of already takes that pressure away, because I know that I relate to you, and I know that you're going to feel that eventually. So
Good.
Yeah.
I love the confidence.
So, are we ready?
Yeah.
I'm done.
We're
I
ready.
mean, like,
All right,
I've
Lindsay.
met Olivia, but I don't know why you created it. I'm ready. Ready for
the big story.
the story.
I would say, I mean, there were so many little moments here and there that after, the one big moment happened, it all happened, and then I connected the dots and I realized that there was something that needed to be changed about the way people lived. I grew up riding horses, and I was a wrangler at our family dude ranch up in Northern California called the Greenhorn Ranch. And it was, I think, the Today Show voted it the most similar to Yellowstone. So if you've watched Yellowstone, it's pretty intense, right?
Okay.
They're out there. It's showcasing the real lives of a family that is, they're ranchers, bad things happen. And that's just the life, in the outdoors. So I was a wrangler, and I would take out guests on trail rides on horses. So you get a mix of people from ones that have their own horses at home, and they've grown up riding, they love it, and they're really comfortable on the trail. Horses sense emotion. So think about, you're excited to be out there, you're trying something new. Horses can sense
Or
that.
you're terrified of the horse. The horse knows that.
Exactly. And so
That's
no
right.
matter how trained the horse is, no matter how old the horse is, even if I think they're all sweethearts. I've met some that are not, but they're always going to pick up on the emotions that the rider has. So when, you're working at a ranch and you're the one who's in charge of, one, their experience, their enjoyment of, hey, are they going to want to do this again? Because I never want anyone to have a bad experience. But then also the safety and the safety of others on the trail. So there's a lot of different things. And I was 18 at the time. So I did it for 2 summers on and off while I had an internship. And I'd go out for 3 to 4 weeks at a time and just take people on trails. There was one couple, and it was just like the most beautiful afternoon ever. And morning rides are very quiet. It's not that hot. There's not that much dust. So it was an afternoon ride. And I was excited to take them out. She wanted to do a lope ride, which means that you get to gallop on the trail. And so you're all in a line, and she didn't end up, passing that per se, but her husband was a really skilled rider. I'm at the head of the pack, and we go into a lope. It was just like how all the other ones started, and instantly her horse runs into my horse's tail. And I mean, you're on the side of a cliff and it's really dusty. So instantly you're just in a cloud of dust, and you hear she blood-curdling scream, gets dragged 50 feet on the gravel. So it's a mix of dust and gravel. I don't know where she is. We're on the side of a cliff. So my horse could be going off, or I could be into a tree onto the side of the mountain. Dust settles, and she is completely head to toe covered in blood. Moral of the story, we just kind of band together, tied up the horses, and it was stop the bleeding and to assess, where was she the most injured. And to stay so calm. I did not know that I was capable of being that calm and that reassuring until you get into a moment like that, and I was 19 years old. So we ended up getting, we rode back, got an ATV, got her on the ATV, carried her to an open spot in like a little field, and life flighted her out to one of the nearest hospitals. That moment was a lot on many different levels, both emotional. It was a responsibility of knowing that that was in my hands, and I had to have a feeling where I regretted not making the call in the beginning. And that's kind of what led to Redi, of the idea of I want to live my life to the fullest. I want to continue to go out and ride horses. I want to continue to go out in my RV and go to a cool spot that's maybe off the beaten path. But I want to have the resources that I need, that I truly need, not just plastic tweezers and Band-Aids, for when those moments happen, because that's part of life. Things happen, and you feel better when you're ready for them.
So, I mean, not to move on from the trauma, but I guess if that were to happen to me, I would get on Amazon and be like, I definitely need a survival kit. Let me order one. Yay, now I have it and I feel better. But you didn't do that. You just decided to create your own. Why didn't you just go on Amazon and buy one?
Because you had to. We're at a ranch where you have first aid kits in every corner.
Yeah.
So this is not someone who's opting to live their life on the edge and to not be prepared beforehand. This is a ranch where first aid kits are plentiful. I mean, I've grown up with first aid kits, emergency kits, all types of different ones in all of our vehicles. And they don't do anything for those moments. And I've had plenty of moments where, not as extreme as the one I shared with you,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, here's an example. My push to start button fell through the dash of my car. That's not an emergency. That's not an inconvenience. It's just, okay, what am I going to do? I need to drive my car today. So I grabbed the paracord and the zip ties and I tied it to the air conditioning vent. The range of what I wanted to be prepared for just did not exist in first aid. And I realized you have an entire group of people living their life to the fullest, going out to, new spots, boondocking, whatever it is. But you also have the moms and the commuters just living their daily life. And first aid kits aren't catering to either. So it was just really a lack of ingenuity around the scenario itself versus the emergency. So Redi is all about being focused on the scenario, not just bad moments that happen.
So what makes it different from other quote unquote first aid kits is that it's not a first aid kit. It's kind of, it has more things in it, or it's more portable, or it's more versatile, or all of those things?
All three.
Well, why don't you open the pack and show us what you think makes it different? Because when I think of a first aid pack, I think of it's going to have Band-Aids, it's going to have tweezers, it's going to have some ointment, maybe some painkiller, maybe some
triangle bandage.
Some burn ointment, a triangle bandage, which I don't even know how to use.
No, but it's a triangle.
Yeah, but I know that it is sometimes in there. It sometimes has little bitty scissors that won't cut much of anything. And that's about it.
And
maybe some antihistamine.
And everything's in the same little white pouches, where you have to really read the tiny font to see if it's an alcohol prep pad or a bandage. So in terms of the content list, we create our kits around a scenario. So in this case, we have the Redi. This is our main flagship kit. And it's about what do you actually need on the road. The road that you're driving on may be off-grid, on-grid, a commuter, a mom. So we have everyday essentials. We have safety, we have survival, we have medication, everything that is beyond just your Band-Aids, your gauze, your antiseptic wipes. So glucose gel from a US-based company.
Glucose gel is the most genius thing in the world. That is the one thing that when I opened that pack, I was like,
have you seen that in a first aid kit?
All right, I need it, because both PJ and I struggle with I'm crashing. I tell everybody when I was a kid, I always had candy in my pocket, but it was never for me. It was for her. So that when we were shopping, she would go, I need candy now. And we'd have to reach into our pockets and give her our candy.
Yeah. I mean, because when your blood sugar gets low, if you're prone to that, then you really do become shaky and you can't think.
And if you're on the go with kids,
your brain quits thinking.
Yeah. So glucose gel.
So this is better than putting candy in your kids' pockets.
Yeah. Well, hey, moms do what they got to do, okay?
Or both.
It's just, that is one of the examples that I saw that I thought was really cool. The other one was the CPR face shield. Mm-hmm. That is something that, I don't know, they tell you in every CPR class, you should get one of these and carry it around. And it's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
So you got a mix of,
but when you need it,
the practical items like glucose, that's never found in any safety first aid kit, but a CPR shield may. So you're building a comprehensive kit around the scenarios that you may face on the road. And it's not that you're going to pick this up and say, oh, I love that CPR face shield. But you're going to say, okay, no, with skin treatment, wound prep, we even have a disposable urinal. And I mean, if you're just stuck in traffic, you have kids, whatever it may be, there's times where that may alleviate some inconveniences that you may face, whether it's for you, your family, someone you know. We have a poncho, a first aid guide, 9 different medications, instant cold pack, stainless steel tweezers over there. And I mean, most first aid kits have the plastic little blue tweezers that don't do anything. These are top notch.
Useful.
So there is so much stuff in here.
You have
I don't even think I would know how to
flashlight
use them.
and a thermometer, which
And so
is genius as a mom. Just like, I always need a dang thermometer, you know?
Yeah, I always
Like,
do.
are you sick, or is it just 110 degrees outside?
right, and you're thinking about this and you're like, oh wait, yes, that's great. I'd love to have that in a kit. And so every single one of these items, while it might seem like there's a lot in here, and there might seem like there's more first aid or more safety or more survival, when you really look at each individual item, there becomes a need beyond just an emergency moment where you have low blood sugar and you're on the go and you need the glucose gel. We have electrolytes. There's so many items that go beyond, and I think one thing that's special about our kit is that we drew this out by hand. So we had a big parchment paper on a table and we had our items, and we really thought about how to be intuitive with accessing your items, to not overwhelm people, but to have it be accessible and easy to get without rummaging through. Usually they pop open, you can't ever get them back in.
That's right. You can never get the door closed again.
And then why would you open it again? You're like, oh, that's just going to go everywhere. And
It's a mess, and the one thing I need is already gone out of it. So now
And I like being organized, so we really wanted the bag itself to be intuitive in terms of the different compartments. So this, I would say, it leans more towards safety and survival. We have the paracord, zip ties, duct tape, emergency blanket, Flint fire starter, whistle, and then a little fixed blade knife. So,
And that is all on the outside of a flip out packet, right?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in mesh, and all of that is kind of the survival section.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And even all of the packages, the medication, the bandages, the gauze, the skin treatment. I love how they're all color coded like this. Like, it does make it really easy instead of the boxes that you have to open and try to figure out
Exactly.
where
It's a
that
little-
one thing is.
Flat packages. Okay, well, what's in the next piece of it?
So the middle compartment is more of our first aid supplies. So we have bandages, we have gauze, we have wraps and rolls, we have an instant cold pack, we have tape, eye wash, and our trauma shears, as well as our CPR face shield. So the big thing with this is that obviously the bandages and the gauze are in red. So you kind of know first aid, red, pretty intuitive. But the biggest thing that was important for us when we were designing this and meeting with people that are experts in the field or just avid outdoor adventurous was you want to be able to see what you have inside, whether it's the content list or even on all these pouches we have just a little small clear divot so that you can see
on the
inside.
back, so you can actually see
what's in
how
it.
many you have left, or
It just helps rather than just digging your hand into a bag of unknown and you forget the last
That's
time
right.
you used something.
And
That's right.
I want to point out too, when you say bandages and gauze, there's not like a bandage and a square of gauze. There's a lot of different sizes and different types, and I just didn't want to gloss over that.
And
There's a lot.
There is a lot.
For first aid, obviously there's so many different types of Band-Aids. Everyone has their favorite, and
It's not the triangle for me. We're the butterfly.
Yep, exactly. All different sizes, shapes,
I like the ones with
adhesive.
Ninja Turtles on them.
Oh yeah, those are great. We have some kid ones in there.
Do you really?
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Because I mean, you never know.
It's true.
But I mean, we went through so many different suppliers, and not only is this different than a first aid kit, but I think in terms of the quality of items that we chose, everything was handpicked for, it to be practical, but also purposeful. We want it to be, if you're going to grab a Band-Aid, we want that Band-Aid to stick on you for however long you want it to be on. If you're going to have, the glucose, we want it to be really high quality glucose, where everything in here isn't just, well, we didn't have our primary option, so we got to grab it out of the kit. Well, no, this is a primary option because we really took the time and the energy and the thought to handpick every single item in terms of the quality, the ingredients, the adhesive, you name it. So
So it's not just a selling point to get the price point down. You picked, the cheapest Band-Aids, the cheapest this, the cheapest that, so that you could have a nice kit and have more profit in it. You really went for all the high quality products. And my guess is that you're not the cheapest Redi pack styled thing out there.
You are correct. You can't be cheap by being useful, in my opinion, in terms of this industry.
Okay.
If you're going to be cheap, then you're not going to get the value, and not only the value, but the long-term value with this, because our kit is reusable, it's refillable, and most of these items, the standstill tweezers, you're not going to have to buy a new kit to get new plastic little tweezers.
But buying what you run out of or what you don't have, that's always the problem. Then you have to Google it and you have to figure out where it is.
Let's talk about reordering.
And then you have to go to ReadyPack and say, what is this? How much? I mean,
that's the first thing that I'm like, man, an emergency kit. I think every single person should have one, except for there are things in this kit that, emergency or not, are going to disappear faster than other things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
right?
We have 4 first aid kits in this building,
but
and
not a Band-Aid.
None of them have Band-Aids right now, I bet.
But tell me about the reorder process, because I thought I was being so clever when I came up with that, and then Drew was like, but wait. You're like,
I have a rebuttal. I mean, we just talked about there's 115 items, and we're not the cheapest. Okay, well, then, why do I want to buy this? How can I buy into something that's not the cheapest if I could just buy 3 little first aid kits from Amazon or CVS and call it a day? Well, you buy it once. Most of the items are either single-use items or they're in it for the long run. But in terms of the medication, right? You're going to run out of that. And you may run out of it quicker than others. So we have on the back of every single pouch of the disposable items, we have a QR code that links to our refill system on our website. And that gives people the ability to, I'm out of Advil, I'm out of antiseptic wipes, whatever it is, they immediately can go on in the moment that they know that they're missing something, scan the QR code, order, and be done with it. And we've made the packs relatively, low in cost, but also intuitive too. Okay, if they're running out of something, are they going to want 2 packs or 1 pack? So a lot of the system is getting people to replenish and not just use and forget.
And how many clicks would you say it would take? If I scanned that with my phone, I mean, do I still have to click and move it here and then refill and then choose what I want in my pack? Or is it a pretty intuitive, click, buy, go?
Ooh, we should test it, Lindsay.
Yeah.
I mean, we should, because I'm going to be picky about the number of clicks that I have to. Oh, okay, never mind.
My guess is 3 clicks.
3's. I'm good with 3.
Your guess is 3 clicks?
I'm good with 3.
Do we test it? I don't have my phone.
All right, moment of truth.
All right.
Let's see.
We're going to figure it out. How hard is it to
This
reorder?
is really bad podcasting.
You know what? That's all right.
That's why you should be watching on YouTube.
We are scanning.
All right, we're scanning. Beep, beep.
I mean, just think about it, though. How many old packs do you have that don't have everything in it? Okay, you scanned it. And...
Oh, so it doesn't go to this particular thing.
It'll take you to the page.
It'll take you to the Redi page. It won't take you to the page with this medication.
Just in case, this is a QR code inside of our kit.
yeah.
Product development.
I have a suggestion right here on this podcast.
Let me hear it.
This needs to link to this. That's
a very good point.
Coming from a busy mommy, I feel like if I scanned this and it came up with this on the screen, add to cart, boom, I feel like that's something I would do. If I have to scroll through the site, you're right, though. I am going to buy more things if I have to scroll through the site. I'm going to be like...
There ought to be, just like Amazon, suggestions underneath.
We can do that. Good thing I'm the website developer, we can make that happen.
I love this thing. I'm not trying to...
no, that's a very good point.
The less amount of clicks but I understand who I am as a person too. Like I am a very like give it to me easy or I give up.
Well, and
type
if you
of
are
person. Like
if you are scanning that specific pouch, then odds are you're probably out of something inside
it's
that.
true.
Maybe so. However, I'm with Lindsay. I would love for it to go right there and then when I say, okay, I want to buy that, it can come up with the top 6 things that people reorder and then say,
I want the purple
hey,
pack.
do you need any of these things? Just check in.
I want to know, kind of a silly question, but I'm all over the place. I want to know what didn't make the list of things to go in the bag.
Really?
Yeah, like
Who thinks of that, Lindsay?
instant coffee. Was that on the list?
Well, that should be in my
Am I giving you ideas?
I mean, yeah.
A tea bag?
I want to hear all of them.
Chamomile. Emergency chamomile
so
tea.
many things.
I need it.
I mean, we should make you a separate pocket just so you can Lindsay's pocket.
Maybe just
A special edition kit.
Special edition kit.
Maybe you have an extra pocket for all of those things that'll relax you, and the comfort pocket. Maybe a
sewing
little
kit.
Xanax.
Xanax. But yeah, I want to know. I mean, obviously, this started, and I bet you just started a list, right?
Probably,
of what would be
like,
useful.
300
And then
items.
you had to pare it down. Not everything you dreamt of ended up in here, right?
Well, because what are you making too? What was readiness? Readiness didn't exist
Right.
until we made the kit. So
Right.
you really had to
So
figure it out.
what did you want in the kit, and it just didn't make the cut?
I think we had a vision for what readiness meant and how comprehensive that was going to be. But obviously, it needs
People
to
have
be
different-
compact.
yeah.
It needs to be. You're not going to shove a bunch of items in a kit. It's going to be extremely expensive, and you're also not going to use all of it.
Right.
And you're going to forget about it. And at that point, just get a new one. So
Right.
there's so many things. I think about like water purification tablets.
Yeah.
A lot of things for like emergency disasters. And I mean, there are kits out there that have, the water filtration straws. That was one of them. It was the choking device, anti-choking device. Those were really expensive. The window cutter and the seatbelt cutter. But if this is in your trunk with the car mounts, you're not going to be able to get it.
Right.
So there was just a little bit of items where we love them, we see use in them, but people
At some point, you have to say no. And
Yes.
and I do love that this is marketed not as emergency, not as survival, but as ready.
Yep.
Because if it is in your car or in your camper when you're camping, it might not be something that, like, I don't know, if you're trapped in your car, it's in the trunk, or if you're
that just won't work.
If you're in the middle of a tornado, like, this is not what you grab.
No.
This is for everyday, more,
And it's a start.
being ready for anything instead of I'm in the middle of a disaster, I need this to survive type of thing.
Right, but there is some of that in here. Now, on this last flap, you didn't tell us what was in there, and I don't know, are there some extreme things in here that you wouldn't find in other kits?
The disposable urinal, for one.
Yeah,
I don't know
that blew
if
me
you
away.
Could,
I've never seen
Now-
that in any other first aid kit.
I'm assuming, unisex. Oh, it's like, yeah, you need to put a she-wee in here, but if
And-
women can use it, so it can be a
I've
she-wee.
tried
You've tried
in my life
with
maybe
partial success.
20 disposable urinals. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
That is the thing.
Well,
that
it's
is
an
But I am-
interesting thing to talk
You could
about.
call me a disposable urinal connoisseur. I'm the one who
You
tested
should get
them.
that tattooed somewhere, I think.
It's a fun fact of mine, I guess. But it works great. And
Okay, that's awesome.
my co-founder, he always tells a story where he was stuck on a bridge in South Florida, I think in Miami, and they were in traffic for hours and hours on a bridge, and it was just standstill. So he
You don't
has,
have an empty bottle in your car.
Yep, and he
No,
has
but you
those
got a
moments.
bridge.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Jeez.
don't know this.
Yeah,
I
right,
wasn't
bridge.
there, but
That's called like unlock. Like, you can get arrested for that. I'm pretty
You know-
sure you can't just pee off a bridge.
Well, I bet you would have a good argument if you were stuck there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
Or
Continue.
you could get this.
That's true.
it's a nice to have, and I think that's the whole part of it is that you know what you have inside, so that when those moments happen, you just go to the kit. You're not like, oh my gosh.
Am I going to get arrested?
Because that's a big thing, right?
Yeah.
When you get a first aid kit, you kind of know what's in there, but you don't take the time to look through it. You're like, okay, I know that there's going to be a Band-Aid or two in there. So it's fine. I'm not going to open up. I'm just going to put it in my car and forget about it.
Well, you're really thinking of cuts and scrapes.
Yeah,
Really, first
exactly.
aid kits are cuts and scrapes and maybe a cold pack.
Yep. So this, obviously, we have the first aid guide, which is essential in any kit, I'd say, because there are times where it's nice to have just to read through. And there's little moments in terms of the scenario and then also treatment for different moments.
So what is in this last flap? I keep saying that just because I know it's got a throwaway urinal, and then you've got the skin treatment, which is
Skin
it bugs?
treatment has
Hydrocortisone cream, burn relief gel, bug repellent, anti-itch cream, and sting relief wipe. Heck yeah. I mean, I would use 90% of this
those.
at my kid's soccer game.
and majority are from a U.S. company that we partner with. So
Perfect. I love it.
that was a priority of ours in terms of, just getting high quality items. But when we can get it made in the USA, then we're going to.
That's great.
And they've been a great partner to have. And then we have our wound prep. So you could say that these are more topical. And this is application-based medication, self-explanatory. But in the wound prep pouch, you have triple antibiotic cream, antiseptic towelettes, hand sanitizing wipes, petroleum jelly, and examination gloves. So it kind of covers all your bases there.
So a really bad skin knee, you'd be all set. Okay. All right. This is really cool, and I know that this would cover so many scenarios. And I love the first aid guide in there too, because sometimes I'm like, okay, should I really worry about this?
I don't know. I'm just reading about amputations.
Oh, what?
So, just in case.
It can
I
be
know
your
what
little
to
book
do.
you read
Yeah.
before bed.
I
don't
reassure
know.
the
Learn something new every day.
amputee.
Okay. So, but I know you make other stuff that is more serious for more serious wounds.
Yes.
And so here's my concern. I'm just going to put it right out there so you can address them. The stuff that's in, and what do you call it? A trauma
Bleed
pack.
control trauma pack. This
There's
is a separate pack, right?
Yes.
This is
Separate
not
pack you can buy that's
part.
a trauma pack.
Yeah.
So I will
I
say
wouldn't know how to use it.
something about our kits and how they're structured. It's an ecosystem. So like I mentioned earlier, everything's scenario specific. So what we're looking at right now is on the road. This is the roadie. Then you need to think, okay, so this covers most of your bases, but there's also more extreme circumstances when you're out and about, whether on or off the grid, where you need trauma supplies. And that's not a matter of if you're a prepper or not. It's just some of those situations do occur, and it's better, like how in my story, in my experience, I didn't have anything. So it wasn't that I was a prepper, but it was necessary in the moment. So we have the trauma pack in a separate pouch where if you are in a situation that you need this, you just grab and go. You don't have to open the pouch. It's not like
get
you're
this out of here and that out of there.
So it has a SWAT T tourniquet, and that was a big thing for us is we wanted to create a comprehensive system where you're covering everything from the little minor incidents to the severe incidents, but in the best, most quality way that we can. And so there's a bunch of different tourniquets out there. There's rat T tourniquets. Everyone kind of has their preference, but the SWAT T tourniquet is made in the USA. It's from a very reputable brand, and it's a little bit easier to use. So we have training videos on our trauma supplies and our first aid supplies as well from licensed professionals in the field. But, if you are buying a trauma pack, it's either...
You might want to Google how to use the stuff in it.
Yeah, because maybe you want to learn, or maybe you want to be better for your family or yourself in a situation that may happen a year, 2 years, 10 years down the road. I think it's a level of desire that people want to have to be ready to get ready, and that comes with watching the training videos, maybe learning how practicing with the tourniquet itself. But
Well, I've done CPR training 3 times, and I still am scared to death of it that I'm not sure I mean, because it's not something you do very often. So if I was looking at this pack, I would hesitate to buy the trauma pack because I would be unsure that I would know how to use it. However, I mean, the person I'm with may know how to use it, but they may be the person that is unconscious and needs it.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I learn? Is there a QR code that goes straight to your training?
There is a QR code on the pouch that goes to training, and something with liability in terms of training is we don't want our videos to be out there as something where this is the only way and the only words you should listen to in terms of knowledge on tourniquets. So something.
You're not trying to be a doctor.
Exactly.
You're trying to help people be prepared.
Yes, and we're trying to get them ready for any moment. So our training videos come after purchase of a kit, and that's accessible through our emails that we send after purchase.
Okay.
There's a lot of different ways to access that training that's not just directly through our website. So someone scrolling isn't going to just stumble upon the training videos, but there's
also very clear pictures on the back of this. Not like you're going to be sitting here
looking
at it.
But you might be.
If you need to. I mean, I've never used a tourniquet in my life, but I just saw these 3 pictures, and they explain very, very nicely here. Stretch it till it's a diamond.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the
stretch,
smartest
wrap,
person
and
in the
tuck.
world, but yeah, I got it. I mean, if you've watched any movie ever, you understand the concept of a tourniquet.
Yep.
So I feel like having it and knowing the basis of how to use it is better than not having it.
Completely.
Because essentially you're just stopping the bleeding. But
So
also,
be sure you hike with somebody who watches movies.
yeah, but also if you buy this, I feel like it's like a, just in case.
You buy the
and
Redi pack.
It's kind of self-explanatory.
Uh-huh.
But if you are investing money in a trauma bleed control pack, I feel like watching a 5-minute video on how to use this stuff would probably be something that you're also into, right?
But I'm really
Being
glad.
prepared.
Yes, and I'm really glad to hear you say it's not like out there on the internet for everybody to reference. It is for the people who buy your pack. You
How to use these specific
you tell
things.
them here's what you should use.
Mm-hmm. When you are out there and you do think that you could come across a moment where you need something, do a training course. I think everyone in your group would feel a lot more empowered. Not only are they ready with our kits, but there's a next level that you can take in terms of readiness and preparedness that we, of course, all know with the outdoor industry. There's, off-road rally schools and education on driving. There's also education on off-road or outdoor moments and emergencies as well.
Yes. And all that is super helpful. But to have the bleed control essentials in your trauma kit, that's the scary part, is if someone's got a lot of bleeding, you can't get them somewhere real fast. You have to stop it right then.
Mm-hmm.
So that is I would read the directions, I would watch the videos, and I would look at the pictures. So a great thing to have in your possession. I am so glad that you came to talk with us about it because it is not something that we can explain very easily. And hearing your backstory and why you designed it is awesome. And yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to go out there and tell everybody about the Redi kits.
You ready for Redi?
Yes, ready for life. That's what it says on the front of the box.
It's like get ready, live ready, be ready, ready for life.
There you go.
All of it.
Always
encompassing.
ready.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us today, Olivia. It was a lot
Thank you
of fun.
so much for allowing me to join.
Yeah, and we'll, you know what? I see great things with Redi in the future, and so whatever's coming next, we'll have you back on and we'll talk about it.
Yep. And I'm happy to be a partner with you guys.
Woohoo!
All right, that sounds great. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to us. And check out Redi, R-E-D-I. Can you find it at redi.com?
.co.
Redi.co. All right.
Or if you're local, you can just come and
Stop
by
by Princess
Sure.
Craft.
We got you covered for Christmas.
That's
All right.
right. And if you want to check out Princess Craft, you know where to find us.
Do they?
princesscraft.com,
Right.
right?
You guys are fancy with the .com.
Yeah, we're all grown up. Well, y'all have a wonderful December, and
We'll see you in
We'll see ya.
2026.
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.